All right, good afternoon to you from the Storm Alert Weather Center. Chief Forecaster Daniel Wilson along with Storm Anchor Keith Richardson. We have an active weather event going on now. Northern Casey County is now under a severe thunderstorm warning. Northern Casey County under a severe thunderstorm warning. This thunderstorm warning has been issued by the Weather Service in Louisville and does include Lincoln County, Western Garrett, Southeastern Marion, Northeastern Taylor, Boyle, Northwestern Casey County until 7:45 Eastern Time. And Keith, a strong thunderstorm developing there. We've been watching that here for the last few minutes, and we do have a storm warning in effect for northern Casey County. This is also another cell that we're watching very closely down into Cumberland County as storms begin to move just to the east of Tompkinsville there in Monroe County and tracking off to the northeast. Tompkinsville, Marrowbone, Burkesville, Bakerton, the Aaron Community, Crillsboro by 6:45, 76 Falls, and the Wolf Creek Dam. All are in the path of this storm by 6:30, 7 o'clock this afternoon. Keith kind of reminds us of a little bit earlier in the day, but it kind of puts us in mind of that weather event a week ago today.
Yes, this is almost like deja vu. You know, here we are again Sunday evening. We're just a little bit earlier. Here we are in the studio with this situation here.
Well, we've had several messages going on this evening from people that's up in the northern part of the state around Lexington. We have reports of numerous power outages across the state this afternoon. And if you are in Russell or Adair County, especially Adair County, you can be heads up for this storm system as it moves through. Again, it is now in Cumberland County, the central part of Cumberland. The worst is yet to track off to the northeast, and we're seeing a cell developing in the northwestern part of Adair County. Casey County has a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect. That is the first one that we've seen issued since the watch was established earlier this afternoon. Keith?
Yeah, we're continuing to watch this. I'm watching this cell here up in the northeastern part of Casey County. It's going to be hugging right in between Houstonville and Junction City. So just be heads up and in your shelter right now with that, Daniel.
Okay, just keep on going there, Keith, if you can for a second.
As we back out the radar, I'm looking back down out to the west as of right now, and we got some activity that's trying to fire up in between Glasgow and Elizabethtown. We have no warnings in between those cells right now, of course, but the afternoon is firing up right now with this dew point at 75. This afternoon when I left the house an hour ago, that's just fuel for the fire for these storms to develop and become severe.
Well, Keith, right now we have grim news out of central Kentucky this afternoon. Some of the numbers of power outages, very impressive. If we look at the Fayette or Woodford County, has a total of 5,100 people without power. Anderson County with 3,000 or almost 4,000, and Fayette County is now almost 30,000 people that are without power between Anderson, Woodford, and Fayette County. Jessamine County reporting 634, and we do have power outages in both Barron, Hart, and Allen County. So severe thunderstorm warning does continue for the northern part of Casey County. That storm is moving to the east, northeast this afternoon. We're watching this and will continue to follow weather developments as the storms begin to move into south central Kentucky. And we were telling about this earlier today when we looked at future radar, said about 6 o'clock, give or take a little bit, that the storms would be in our area, and that has proved to be pretty much spot on this afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, with the dew points as high as they are, through the day, the atmosphere is just this just fuel for the fire that's going on right now, and that's what's firing all these storms up. So just be heads up of what's going on in your area, and stay tuned to Storm Alert Center for the latest on what's going on.
Our WX150 storm tracking weather system. This is something that is that we have that nobody else has, and it is showing that impressive line of storms just north of Russell County into Casey County. Likely would be a severe storm as it moves across the area. Detection of maybe some small hail up to a ½ inch in diameter as those storms move through northern Casey County. And again, we're also watching that cell in Burkesville that's impacting the extreme southwestern part of Adair County, pretty much all of Cumberland County. And again, of course, the warning up in Casey County. If you have any outdoor plans, if you can hear thunder, the law says that you're at risk of being struck by lightning, and we don't want anybody to be struck by lightning today. If you are where you can hear thunder, you are at risk of being struck.
I know, I think it was early this morning or yesterday evening, I took a look at James Spann's website, and he had 20 cattle had got struck by lightning under a tree and killed every one of them.
Yeah, I saw that earlier, and that is a sad situation. People asking about Clinton County. At this point, there's nothing for Clinton County. Maybe we'll see how that tracks into the as it moves northeast. As of now, just that extreme western, just the western edge of Clinton County. But the bulk of this is impacting Tompkinsville, and will be moving into central Cumberland County. We're seeing the cells now start to fire up more back to the west over in Greene and Taylor County. Greene County, a strong thunderstorm beginning to develop there as we look just to the west of Greensburg. Hail likely with that storm. Probably pea-sized or so at this point. Strong gusty winds are likely, and the Weather Service says during the nature and the environment that we have, could see up to 80-mile-an-hour wind gust if things hold together. It's a 6:15. You're listening and watching severe weather coverage on the Storm Alert Center, your weather authority in south central Kentucky. Again, we're seeing storms start to fire in the western part of Adair County around Gradyville, and we're continuing to watch the storm warning there for northern Casey County. Keith?
Yeah, I just noticed that, I've been watching all day. Most of this activity has been up around the Ohio River most all day, and into the around Mercer and into Lexington and on points to the east. And we've been fortunate not having any of that, but we've got a lot of development that's been going on here in the last hour. And so we're starting to fill in this area where we're at right now.
Well, the instability that the Cape values that we often speak about has been impressive numbers today, and very likely that we would see additional storm warnings issued. Training thunderstorms between Morgantown, I-65 over toward Grayson County up to the northeast. Could prompt some flood concerns if they continue to dump water and to track over places over and over. Could see some issues there with some low-lying flooding as those storms move through, as well as the western part of Adair County. Those storms beginning to increase in intensity. No warnings yet, but it is likely that we could see the issuance of additional warnings as we go on through the afternoon. Keith?
I had a report from what you mentioned earlier up around Ashland that those storms was pretty strong that come through there earlier, about an hour or so ago.
Up there in Ashland?
Yes.
Yeah, people up there in Boyd County, up around Ashland, that's the county where Boyd County is situated. Strong storms move through there, and as the storms move through the Lexington metro area, mainly following the I-64 corridor between Lexington, Moorhead, and those areas, numerous people are again without power this evening. We're reporting somewhere in the neighborhood of 4,000 people out in Anderson County. Fayette County reporting almost 30,000 without power. Woodford with 5,100. And our tornado alert has activated now, and it is showing
3 bars severe storm.
So the storm that is moving. So you want to write that time down, Keith, or make a picture of it. There we have again the tornado alert indicating severe thunderstorm. That's at about 6:17. That would be from the storm that's moving into Cumberland County. That would be the storm moving into Cumberland County, and it's likely that it would be severe in nature. We've got the warning issued at 6:17. That's what time our tornado alert did alert for that. And, you know, sometimes at the very best we do, everybody misses something occasionally. So the tornado alert correctly gave a warning for a tornado warning last Sunday evening, or not a tornado warning, a risk of a tornado, and it did prove to be true. Weather Service as well gave that risk, but we also were 30 minutes ahead of that warning. All right, so as far as counties, Cumberland County right now, and you know, I'm not surprised we're not seeing a warning there for that area. Tornado alert indicating a severe storm back to our southwest from Russell County down to the southwest, and this will be for Cumberland County. The storm's beginning to bring some showers into southern Russell County around Crillsboro, the Rockhouse Bottom. Storms beginning to move there, as well as the western part of Adair County near the Adair Greene County line, Metcalfe County line. Looks like the showers and storms beginning to move there. Keith, it wouldn't surprise me in a little bit if we don't have some kind of a special weather statement there for Greene County as those storms continue to intensify and move into the region.
Yeah, we got a lot of activity here in the last 10 to 15 minutes. It's really fired up behind that storm there in Greene County. So I'm going to say here in the next probably 25, 30 minutes or so that we're going to have multiple severe thunderstorm warnings coming in that
it's
direction.
very, very, very likely to see that happen. And I would say that would probably be later on for Russell and Adair County at least, because that's where the main cells are developing, and that's where they're currently located. Again, we have a storm warning in effect for northern Casey County. The storm warning for northern Casey County is in effect until 6:45 Central Time, 7:45 Eastern. Again, severe thunderstorm warning in effect for northern Casey County. Northern Casey County, we're watching very closely the storm down in Burkesville, down in Cumberland County. Watching that very closely this afternoon as those storms begin to develop and move into the area. I don't really get into a lot of advertising and etc. about things that are going on, but the First Baptist Church in Russell Springs, they've canceled their fireworks and their gospel singing this evening. That has been canceled due to the threat of severe weather. And it's probably a good idea until all of this is passed, that if you have anything planned, probably to call it off.
Yeah, because the Lord's he's having his own fireworks show for us tonight.
Yeah, he's going to do that, and he did that last night as well.
Yes, he did.
So, again, severe thunderstorm warning, northern Casey County, and a very strong storm that is over Burkesville and the most part of Cumberland County. Would like to remind folks, if you still have not purchased your fireworks here in the Lake Cumberland area, you need to go buy the fireworks over Lake Cumberland, East Highway 80 by Save-A-Lot, and tell them you heard about it here on the Storm Alert Weather Center, your weather authority here in South Central Kentucky. And the fireworks over Lake Cumberland is your fireworks authority here in this area. Severe weather continues in northern Casey County. Have a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect there for the next few minutes. And we're watching even back to the west, additional lines of thunderstorms that's developed across the region. Even if the storms do not go severe in nature, it's likely you could see some wind gusts at least 40 miles per hour are possible. Keith?
And I am looking out in western Kentucky right now. We've got some storms that's developed behind these ones that's developing around Bowling Green. So all this is continuing to fill in with weather that's going to be probably potentially going to get severe here after a while. We've got that severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Casey County. The heaviest activity it looks like on the radar right now is in between Houstonville and Stanford right now for that particular cell.
And most of that is moving off to the east, much like all of the others that's moving in. And Adair County should be heads up for some heavy rainfall, mainly in the northern part of the county, as we watch these cells move out of Greene and Taylor County into the northern part of the county. That would be around Cane Valley, Pelleton, and the Nifley community. Still a little bit ways out, but likely to be impacting that area soon. if we put a track on that particular cell as it moves into Adair County, we put a track on that approximately running about 40 miles per hour, somewhere in the neighborhood of that. Roughly, it would impact Dunville by 7:51 Eastern Time, Yosemite by 7:53, Russell Springs by almost 7 o'clock. Salem, Windsor, Kane, Storr, and Nancy would also be impacted if it continues to hold together. But again, that's the latest information we have as far as the tracking of the storms. Keith?
I'm continuing to watch the one down here in, get my radar set here where I need to be, here in Cumberland County. It is weakened just a little bit into Cumberland County right now, just a little bit in that area.
All right, got a message from my friend Karen down in the southern part of the county, down around Rockhouse Bottom, and they've just arrived home. We've not yet heard what they're experiencing, but based on the radar, it's likely that people down in Creelsboro and Rockhouse Bottom experiencing some brief heavy rainfall, some gusty wind as that storm moves into that area. We're also watching that storm cell that's in Greensburg moving to the east-northeast that could be impacting the northern part of Adair. But right now, there's no warnings in effect except that storm warning in northern Casey County.
I noticed the one storm that's developing there in Brownsville's starting to get a little bit more intense as it's moving up to the east. It's just east of Brownsville right now. And I'm going to check on the one up here in northeastern Casey County, and it's continuing to move out of the area, and the heaviest part of the activity looks like to be around getting closer to Stanford, Kentucky on that part.
All right, so again, we have a storm warning for northern Casey and a strong storm that's moving through the central part of Monroe County, or not Monroe, but Cumberland County. And as Keith mentioned, it seems to have weakened somewhat in intensity as it moves into the area. Nonetheless, it's still going to create a situation with rain and thunderstorms. Still a strong thunderstorm that's moving through Cumberland County, impacting the central, pretty much all of that county, and that will eventually be moving into Russell County. If you have outdoor plans, if you can hear thunder, you are at risk of being struck by lightning. So that is a critical thing.
I continue to watch on our tower cam. I just looked over here, and you can see that cell in the tower cam as it's reaching into Russell County on the outer edge of that storm that Daniel was just discussing about.
The WX-150 storm tracking system is monitoring the storm there in Casey County. Still continues to be severe in nature, and we're also watching the cell back toward Greene and Taylor County that could move into the northern part of Adair County. And the trend, and I'm surprised that we haven't seen a storm warning for Cumberland County as that storm moves through, but we haven't at this point. Most of the special weather statements that's been issued are followed very, very soon by some type of warning or another. Fortunately, no tornado warnings have been issued with this. And I honestly feel like the environment is probably more prone for, or more primed for strong wind gust and larger hail. I think the tornado threat is probably a little bit lower as we go into the afternoon or the rest of the evening. It is 6:30 on the Central Time Zone. Severe thunderstorm watch remains in effect until 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time this Sunday evening. Keith?
I just noticed that the cell I was talking about right now there just a few minutes ago is continuing to look like it's going to join in to be a solid line of thunderstorms here in the next little bit. It's congealing with some other cells ahead of it.
Now, which cell are you referring to?
It is around Horse Cave.
Yes. Yeah, that will be part of training thunderstorms that's moving across. And if you are in, or if you're in that area, you need to be careful.
Yeah, because it's definitely right now it is going and congealing together. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that situation right there to see what comes about of that. And it's heading right toward Campbellsville, toward that direction here in the next little bit. And we're looking at the one in around Cumberland County right now. And we're looking at that cell on my radar here. And it's weakened somewhat more, but we're going to keep an eye on that one. And we got something, Daniel?
The Adair Weather Command reporting around Breeding. Winds 30 to 40 miles per hour. Winds 30 to 40 miles per hour there in Adair County. Have reports in the lower end of the county, down around the Union Chapel, storming there. It's not surprising. That's what we've been watching. 40-mile-an-hour winds are reported in the Breeding area of the Breeding area of Adair County. And a friend of mine over in Liberty, Kentucky, has showed their tornado alert. Is that me or what is that a beeping?
That is in, I think, another part of the building.
Okay. All right. That's coming from the garage.
I'll go check.
I think I have a couple of tornado alerts set up. We have a friend of mine in Casey County that's reporting their tornado alerts indicating severe storm. That's going right along with the severe storm that is currently in effect for Casey County. Strong cell that's moving into northern Adair County and the western part of Casey County, right around Campbellsville, out of Greene and Taylor County. And people there should be heads up as those storms converge there upon that area.
Severe storms, 5 bars.
So that's it's going to be part of that cell that's moving through the central part of Cumberland County. So you should be heads up in this area for severe weather. Weather coverage brought to you by the fine folks at Fireworks over Lake Cumberland. And now we have a tornado warning for Casey County. A tornado warning for Casey County. Again, a tornado warning for Casey County. And we'll get you the information on that immediately. It should be part of the northeastern Casey until 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, a tornado warning has been issued for northern Casey County. This tornado warning, again, should be up here on the radar soon, issued for northern Casey County into Garrett counties. Again, a tornado warning is in effect. We've not received that on the radar at the moment, but we do have that information that is coming to us from the Weather Service. Different parts of, okay, there we go. This is the
you can see it right there.
The polygon that is in that's in the area, including Liberty, Crab Orchard, Houstonsville, Kings Fork or South Fork, Kings Mountain, Jumbo, the Mount Salem area, and the Walltown community. So if you are in Casey County, you have a tornado warning, you need to be in your safe place. We're going to focus on that tornado warning for Casey County. We're going to tell you some of the areas that's impacted. This is for Casey County. Also, Central Lincoln and Northeastern Casey. Central Lincoln, Northeastern Casey, tornado warning around Shucks Creek, the Upper Brush Creek, down towards Shorttown, High Ridge, Baston Creek, Cameron Road, Woodrum Ridge, Peyton Ridge, Sharp Road, Wilson Ridge, all of these areas under a tornado warning. This will be around Twin Oaks Road, East Yosemite, the Patsy Rife Road, and the W. Doe Creek Road. We have a tornado warning that is in effect for the eastern part of Casey County. Now, the thing is, what we have, folks, one of our viewers, our followers on Facebook, we do have a tornado risk that was indicated by the tornado alert device. I'm not sure exactly when that one went off compared to when the warning was issued, but nonetheless, we do have a tornado warning, and the tornado alert device did pick up on that that warning. So if you are in areas north and east of Liberty, you should be in a safe place. Adams Cemetery Road, the Fraze Creek, also the Patsy Rife Road, Indian Creek, Brush Creek, Snake Ridge, Hill Ridge. All of these areas are under a tornado warning.
You can, on your radar there, Daniel, you look in front of you right now, you can see that a distinctive hook echo.
Yes, and it's also indication now as the storm moves through. We're going to go back down real quickly down into Burkesville, Cumberland County to see what's going on there. Still not a special weather statement, but the rain and thunderstorms are beginning to move into central Russell County, as well as parts of Dare County. Right now we have a tornado warning in effect for parts of Casey County and for parts of Lincoln County as well. This is in effect until 8 p.m. Eastern time this evening. We have a tornado warning in effect again until 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. That would be for central Lincoln County and the northeastern part of Casey County. Keith, you have some information. I know you exited the building for a minute. Do you have anything to report?
At my house right now, we have the tornado alert shows 6 bars tornado.
6 bars tornado. So there's a likelihood that we do have some kind of severe activity going on in Casey County this evening as these storms begin to move into that area. They're again reporting tornado on the tornado alert device. The National Weather Service in Louisville is saying that we have a tornado in the area. That is indicated by the tornado alert device. The National Weather Service in Louisville is also confirming what our technology is showing, the likelihood of a tornado in Casey County. And Keith, where's that coming from? That is
Northern Russell County.
Northern Russell County, indicating again tornado. And this is all part. We're not downplaying anybody or anyone at all. We're just saying that our tornado alert picked up on the threat of a tornado, and now we have a warning issued by the Weather Service in Louisville. This tornado warning was issued at about 7:35 Eastern, 6:35 Central, about 5 minutes ago. And what kind of, let's see, we're looking at a lot of stuff going on here in the Weather Center here. And Keith Richardson, storm anchor, very, very faithful and dedicated to us here in the Weather Center. We appreciate his work. Keith, what are you seeing now? What type of information do you have?
I'm just now getting information on my phone. I haven't got it in yet, and I'm getting it typed to me right now.
Okay. Do we have you have anything from our other unit out in the other room?
Severe storm 4 bars.
Okay, so that's probably from that cell that's down in central Cumberland County, and the storm's continuing to move into Adair County. And it looks like the main threat is going to be some gusty winds. Our main concern at this point will be the people in Casey County, the northern part of Casey. As the storms move through there, it's likely that we would see some type of tornadic activity based on that storm. Getting another severe thunderstorm warning.
Issued a tornado warning for northeastern Lincoln County, southeastern Garrett County until 8:15 p.m.
Just as I thought.
All right, so we do have a continuation of that tornado warning. Again, a continuation of the current tornado warning that is in effect, and we're watching that to continuing to move across the area.
I had a feeling that was going to be the case with this certain cell here. I've zoomed in to watch this. It's still got a little bit of a hook echo in that area as we speak. And I'm going to go to the other here and check it out here. Very, very, very intense storm right here in that area in the northeastern part of Casey County right now as we speak. So you need to take shelter immediately. If you're in a mobile home, you need to get out of that mobile home. If you're in a vehicle, you need to find your ditch to get into. If you're in a sturdy building, you need to get to the central part of a building and get inside and stay in place. Go ahead there, Daniel. You got some more information?
Well, my good friend Margie Price up around just north of Dunville had called in and reported that her weather radio had gone off, and that is, I think, a lot of Margie, an elderly person, and we're just now according to that. Now we have again the warning that Keith gave us for Crab Orchard. We do have again another tornado warning for northeastern Lincoln, southeastern Garrett until 7:15 Central, 8:15 Eastern. And again, the severe thunderstorm or the tornado warning for central Lincoln, northeastern Casey until 8 o'clock on the eastern time zone. Again, a tornado warning that is in effect for that area. Keith?
I'm going to check down here in the southern part of the state, down here in southern Kentucky, and I don't see anything actually going on in that area. It's just mainly it's going to be up here, up into the Casey and Lincoln County area is the main thing going on right now with the tornado. That's what we're focusing on right now.
And again, a severe thunderstorm or tornado warning rather in effect for this part of Casey County. This is in effect until 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. Some of the areas included are Liberty, Houstonsville, Crab Orchard, South Fork, Kings Mountain, the Mount Salem area, and the Walltown community of Casey County. Again, a tornado warning there. And we also have another tornado warning issued a moment ago for northeastern Lincoln and the southeastern part of Garrett County. That is in effect until 8:15 Eastern time this evening. The tornado watch does remain in effect this evening until 8 p.m. Central Time. And one of the good things that we're noting about this storm as it moves through, you can see how the cells have weakened as they have moved into Russell and Adair County. That storm up in Casey County has prompted a tornado warning. Again, a tornado warning for parts of Garrett County, parts of Casey County. Again, a tornado warning is in effect for that area.
Daniel,
Yes.
we continue to show a tornado risk in northern Russell County from my tornado alerts at the house. So it's got 7 bars.
All right. So that would be
picking up that storm up in the northeastern part of Casey County.
yeah. That would be part of that storm as it moves through Casey County. Tornado alert device telling about that, and again the Weather Service confirming that as well. Tornado warning in effect for that part of Casey County, including Crab Orchard and Stanford. This would be for central Lincoln and northeastern Casey County, as well as the northeastern Lincoln and southeastern Garrett County.
It looks like the heaviest activity of that cell with the tornado warning is right in between Stanford and Eubank area, is what I'm showing on my radar here right now.
Well, we're about an hour and 10 minutes away from that storm watch expiring. If you are in Casey County, Liberty, anywhere the warning is issued, if you have weather information to pass along, if you have weather pictures of what you're seeing, be sure to send them to us if you can do so safely. Again, we have a tornado warning there for Casey County. Garrett County as well is under the warning.
I am just now hooked up on Facebook here. So like Daniel said, if you got anything, like he says, safely to do, to go outside after the fact and go ahead and take photos or anything and send them to us here on our Storm Alert page, and I'll be able to put it on here and say stuff about it.
All right, so currently now we have, again, several thousand people without power as a result of those storms that's moved through central Kentucky. still reporting about 4,000 in Anderson County, over 5,000 in Woodford County, Fayette County with nearly 30, and on to the east between Montgomery, Clark, and Menifee County, Wolfe County, there's anywhere between 900 and 1,000 people without power in each one of those. Hart County reporting 195 people out. Barron County, 137 people reportedly without power. Now, we have a new special weather statement. This is a brand new special weather statement that's been issued, and this would include Adair County, and it's an impressive move. Now, this is the polygon, the yellow polygon that you're seeing that goes from Adairville over to Russellville, Logan County, up through Bowling Green, Horse Cave, Glasgow, Edmonton, and Adair County have a special weather statement that's indicating strong thunderstorms that'll be moving through at least 7:45 Central Time. This would be impacting rural areas over Hart County, and we're going to call all of these counties off, including the locations of Kirkton, Node, Haywood, Bliss, Romine, Settle, the Bramlett community, Hatcher, and Pascal community. There's in Metcalfe County. That would include the following areas: southeastern Edmondson, Barron, western Casey, Metcalfe, Marion, Simpson, Taylor, Allen, Adair, Greene County is all under this special weather statement, with winds in the excess of 40 miles per hour are possible.
This is just unbelievable. What I am getting the information for I've got several tornado alerts that I've been able to track here on my this people are sending me, and right now at my house I have got 8 bars at tornado risk, and I've just noticed while Daniel's been talking on the air here that this storm has re-intensified in that area, because I've watched that loop, and that hook has come back into part of that cell in that area. It kind of got a little weak for several minutes, and now I've just noticed that it's got back intense again in that area of up in DeKalb County and Lincoln County.
So again, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning, or correction, a tornado warning for parts of Casey County, for parts of Garrett County, including Stanford, Crab Orchard, and Houstonsville, and areas to the north of Liberty, north of Eubank. This is the place that the Weather Service indicates possible tornado, and a tornado alert is also picking up on this. 1-inch hail. Keith?
It's just amazing that the tornado alert is just picking us up as far away as these are from, up in northeastern Case County and Lincoln County. It's just amazing.
Well, it's the nature of the beast is that we have that does pick up within 30 miles of any given place. So that would put it up in that area.
Yes, it would.
And if we follow that, then it's obvious that there are some developments there. And we're watching the squall line that's stretching between Campbellsville and Franklin, and it looks pretty benign at the moment. And again, it's not severe at the present time, but we are watching that cell as it moves from the I-65 corridor into our area. So if you are in places around like Horse Cave, Bowling Green, Franklin, Scottsville, Glasgow, Edmonton, Columbia, Campbellsville, Greensburg, those regions, Munfordville over to Hart County, we want to mention those places as well. that a special weather statement has been issued there that would be impacting that region. Keith?
It just looks like, in the last little bit, all this line has formed like we was mentioning earlier. And it's like a second line is just getting ready to build to come this way to me.
And want to remind folks, if you haven't already, please hit the share button on your Facebook. That way we can get the information. That way we can get the information there from
Lee Annals
to other people.
Lee Annals said tornado alert device just alerted 4 to 6 bars for tornado risk in Windsor.
Yep, Leah's a good friend of mine, a family member, I guess you might say. Well, yes, I know she is. I mean, so my family is reporting this in Windsor, just around the stores up there, reporting a tornado risk in Windsor, Kentucky, 4 to 6 bars. Leah, thank you for that. Now, some people are asking how you can obtain a tornado alert device. Now, here's the situation. I'm a dealer for those, but the problem is I have to buy 10 of those things at a time, and they're pretty pricey at this point, $95. And as a dealer, I have to sell them at a certain price. And you can find those available on Amazon. They're out there. If you search Amazon.com, you can find the tornado alert device. It is also available. Having reports now in the Christine.
Louisville has issued a tornado warning for central Lincoln County, southeastern Garrett County until 8:30.
All right, so the tornado warning continues for Garrett County. No power reporting on the Christine Road in Adair. All right, so
Tornado alert in the studio right now shows severe storm, 10 bars in here.
two bars?
10 bars.
10 bars. So it's likely that the storm that that we're seeing there in Casey or in Adair County, that storm is likely that's moving into Casey from the south is likely strong to severe. That's this area that's moving into the Pelton community there of Adair County. Again, have another tornado warning in effect there for Garrett County. 3 tornado warnings in effect in this area. And if you are in the path of this storm, you should be seeking shelter. Again, as Keith mentioned earlier, you see the defined hook echo that's just to the south of Crab Orchard there in Garrett County. So right there is what we're looking at. Some people are, they wonder what the area would be, but that's the area of circulation just to the southeast of Crab Orchard, and then you can see this line just to the east of Stanford. That's also likely that we'd see some tornadic activity with that storm as it moves through. Casey County tornado warning has been allowed to expire. Again, the Casey County tornado warning has been allowed to expire. We're also reporting heavy winds in Adair County and some power outages on the Christine Road in Adair County. If we're not mentioning your county, there's no concern there. Right now, the concerns are as follows. If we're not talking about it, if we're not mentioning your county, then don't be concerned. That's just the way it is. We do have a tornado or storm watch, and that includes all of Kentucky pretty much. And the watch for this area will expire at 8 p.m. this evening, and we're watching again this. What the Weather Service has issued a special weather statement for all of these counties between Campbellsville, Bowling Green, Edmonton, Franklin. The possibility of winds in the excess of 40 miles per hour. Keith?
I just got another live update for the tornado alert, and it is at tornado risk at 8 bars at a location in the northeastern part of Russell County right now. So it's still picking up off that cell up in Lincoln County. And that was just a few minutes ago, still staying as a tornado risk in that area, and also at my house in northern Russell County. So we're still picking up off of that storm up in Lincoln County with a tornado alert in northern Russell County as we speak right now. It's just unbelievable. I'm going to go surf Facebook, and I'm going to see if what kind of photos or damage or anything's going on there, Daniel.
So we have a request if the storm is heading toward Richmond. At the current time, right now the storms are north. This will be the tornadic thunderstorms is approaching the Interstate 75 corridor. And Sherry, if it appears the strongest part of that storm would be to the south of Madison County. South of Madison County, Richmond would be clear of a threat from the tornado warnings down to the south. As you can see where Richmond is, and then storms are yet to make it to the I-75 corridor. Looking at the radar data out of the Jackson community, around the Jackson radar, another warning now in effect.
In Jackson, Kentucky has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for north central Laurel County, northern Pulaski County.
All right, so northern Pulaski, northern and Laurel County is now under a severe thunderstorm warning. Thunderstorm warning. And Keith, I was going to say I didn't think that the central part. I was looking at Pulaski County as a whole, and I was like, where's that coming from? But it's the extreme, the very, very northern part
Yes.
of Pulaski County, and that's right here is the area, the Polygon area is
Very tip.
small. So if you are in the very northern part of Pulaski County along Highway 27, you're under a severe thunderstorm warning. Again, that is for the extreme northern part of Pulaski County. Keith?
I am still getting reports from my tornado alerts, still at tornado risk at both locations in northern and northeastern Russell County at 8 bars for tornado risk still. So it's still picking up off that storm.
Well, it's likely now that could be some indication of what's coming to us from. That should be some indication of what's coming to us from that storm out of Casey County and the northern part of Adair. If you've seen that, the last radar update, it's likely we could see some hail there between Nifley and Pelleton, and between 551 and 206, moving into Clementsville and Liberty. So far, no warning associated with that, but it is a strong thunderstorm, putting down a lot of heavy rainfall. Have reports of power outages in the Christine community. I thank you all for not being able to hear me. I just turned my microphone on. I'd taken a little bit of a break, and so now we've got that on. I'm going to turn Keith off for a minute.
Well, now we have a nice, beautiful shelf cloud on the tower cam
And where's
The
that?
north-
That's
that's
back
the-
toward the north.
north of northern Russell County. I just got a video sent to me via phone, but I looked up in our tower cam, and you can see it wonderfully through the tower cam right now.
All right. Have reports now in the southern part of Russell County, down and around the Crocus and the Bryan community of the southern part, southwestern Russell County. Reports of trees down in Crocus, trees down in the Crocus community, power outages in the Crestine community of Adair County. And if you have any reports to make, please send them to us. We would be much obliged if you would. The tornado warning for Casey County has expired and is now impacting as a storm warning for Mount Vernon, Kentucky, over in Rockcastle County. Again, the tornado warning is now expired for Casey County and has been reissued as a severe thunderstorm warning for north central Laurel, northern Pulaski, Jackson, and Rockcastle County. Again, that would be a severe thunderstorm warning. The Weather Service has included the tag of possible tornado. That would be for Rockcastle County as that storm moves through. Strong thunderstorm impacting in Casey County as we speak. And then we're watching the cell between Franklin and Campbellsville, between Campbellsville, Munfordville, Horse Cave, Bowling Green, Franklin, Glasgow, all of these areas. We're watching this cell, this yellow box that is considered a special weather statement that would put a wind gust 40 miles per hour possible, moving to the east to 51 miles per hour, and this would be through 7:45. Weather Service indicates that the severe thunderstorm watch would be allowed to expire at 8 o'clock, so we're about 50 minutes away from that being expired, and then we would watch hopefully this line of storms that are in Horse Cave, this area of the polygon, the yellow polygon, maybe that would weaken in intensity and pretty much fizzle out. But if you're in Adair County, you've seen rain, strong thunderstorm winds, as well as some small hail. And now we're watching a cell in Birchville. I will be so glad when we get our Doppler radar here in Russell County. I've heard that it's not very far away, where we can have some better ideas of what's going on in the upper atmosphere of the storm. Burkesville, we're seeing a storm that's developed between Kettle and the county seat of Burkesville, moving to the east-northeast. Could be moving into the southern part of Russell County. As the storm moves across, again, our coverage area is considered Russell and surrounding counties. Russell and surrounding counties, that's what we cover, and since it's moving out of the area, we're going to focus on the communities along 65, the ones that the counties that we've mentioned between Franklin, Bowling Green. This is the cell that we're watching, the one that I've circled here. This is the area that we're watching, the one in the yellow polygon box. Here is Russell. Here's Adair County. Up here is Casey County. So we're going to watch that to see how things transpire, and there's no sense in continuing to broadcast here until those get closer and until we have a reason to continue to be here. And Keith, I think we've had a pretty interesting afternoon so far, watching these storms develop.
Yes, we have. I mean, as the dew point was so high earlier today in the sunshine, it just helped to fuel the fire, and I knew something was going to give sometime or another. And sure enough, the future radar that you displayed earlier today pretty much was spot on.
Didn't miss it by very much.
No.
And, I think after this front moves through, it may be after the 8 o'clock hour. You probably will be able to go out and take in some fourth activities if things hold together the way that they are. There's nothing really imminent back to the west of us. A few storms over around Madisonville, but those have weakened and no warnings are currently in effect. So let's see.
I'd like to say hello to my sister-in-law, Trish Preston, that just come on board and is watching us here at the Storm Alert Center here.
All right, we do appreciate that. And again, we're watching this cell. We're gonna take a break, and the moment that they start to issue additional warnings, we will tell you about it, and we'll come back on with live weather coverage. But again, the information that we have shows these storms again stretching between Campbellsville and Franklin, Russellville. That's from basically Logan to Taylor County, and we will watch these cells, and if there are warnings issued with those, we will pass that along to you. But we're going to take a break, and we'll be back, if necessary, as we go into the evening here from the Storm Alert Weather Center. Thank you all for joining us, and we will be back as the evening unfolds and if severe weather is issued for us. On behalf of Storm Anchor Keith Richardson, this is Lead